Would be what?
He asked if he should go to 888 Barca or another Barcelona event, and I think 888 because Alfred's more of a lower mid stakes player. So yeah, probably that one. I mean, I'll be there for any festival in Barcelona because I thoroughly enjoy Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona's a great town. If you've never been there and you're looking for an excuse to come to Europe or just come to Barcelona and hang out, 888 Festival in May is going to be pretty awesome. Plus, I kind of like this price point for a lot of people. I know for some people out there, they really want to play bigger
It's a bit
events.
small, yeah.
But the nice thing about an event like this is, like you see here, first place 80,000 euros. That's some decent money. And it's at a price point where you can enter like 3 times
Yeah.
very comfortably.
I wonder if we're going to see a 3-bet from Neil on the button here, or if we're just going to see a flop. I think the way he plays is more likely to see a 3-bet, but it looks like he's cutting out a call. Yeah, I mean, I would personally prefer a call, I think. Oh, and this is going to be an all-in wager, or should be an all-in wager at least. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I mean, he is our online qualifier, so I'm not completely surprised to see him playing on the tighter side for sure. I mean, you don't want to bust 8. We're only like, I don't know, 5 or 6, 7 hands in. Maybe he doesn't really know how aggressive both the players are, but against these 2 aggressive players, that's just going to be a really good, easy shove.
It's an interesting flop here. We got a
Interesting
gutter
flop,
with
yeah.
backdoor clubs and obviously trip 9s there for Catalan.
I don't mind a check from Catalan. I don't mind a continuation bet as well, just because I think when Neil flats the button, there are very, very, very few hands that he's just going to give up on the flop with. He has to have, like, King, Jack of diamonds in order to give up here, Like, he's floating you with any ace high. He's floating you with any, like, backdoor flush and straight possibility. Like, any, like, 10 Jack of hearts, spades, or clubs. Even, like, Queen 10. Any suited connector like this. Any pair. They're just, like, the vast majority of his range he's going to be floating you with here. So I don't mind a continuation bet, and then maybe a check on the turn, or depending what the turn is. If it picks up a lot of draws, you can barrel.
The funny thing is, like, I feel like this is a nice little leveling war spot. Like, if Catalan were to fire a second bullet, and I was in Neil's spot, it would really make me scratch my head, like, isn't he a little bit concerned about the 9? Like, wouldn't he slow down a little bit right now when I float him?
Yeah, and also, like, Catalan is going to know that Neil is going to float him, like, with basically everything, so he's probably going to want to try to get a lot of those hands to fold. But I think this is a really, really, really good card for Neil's range. Like I was just talking about, how he floats, like, all of those broadways, Jack 10, King Queen, Ace Queen, Queen 10, even, like, Queen 8 suited. Like, he just floats all of those hands, so this is, like, a really, really, really good turn.
Are you playing this as a check call turn and then check raise river?
Yeah. I would check call and check call again as well. I mean, he just
even
has...
check call, you're check raising.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would check in...
Both turn and river.
Right.
Gotcha.
But yeah, definitely want to be checking over to him on the turn here, as well as, like, everything we talked about, how he floats a lot of hands. He's not going to call 2-barrel with them. It's really, really, really difficult for Neil to have something on this board when you cover the whole board. I mean, not only do you have a 9, you cover the 9, but you also cover the top pair now as well. So he's just going to have a bluff so often here.
And by the way, when Neil bets this, it's almost always a bluff, because if Neil had a hand like...
Well, he can have, like, kings and aces. He can have...
He's not 3-betting on the button with kings or aces?
I mean, yeah, he probably would be in the player that he is, but I think that it's really reasonable to call, and you have to call those kind of hands sometimes, because you can't always call preflop with 7-6 here and only have 7-6. You have to call some big hands
I understand
as well.
that. I just feel like, you know Neil infinitely more than I do.
I think he would have 3-bet because of the aggressive nature of his play, and that he wants to balance in that sense. I
guess my point is, when Neil bets the turn... I feel like he has more bluffs, because I feel like a lot of the cards that I feel like a lot of the hands that he has where he has showdown value, he's checking back.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's going to pull the trigger. I'm pretty curious to see, to be honest, and if he does, how much he bets. I think if he does pull the trigger, he bets around 550. And I really, really, really think that Catalan just played this hand perfectly. I mean, no matter what you think your opponent has, if you think he has a value hand or if you think he has a bluff, I just think this is, like, by far the best way to extract the most value.
Pot is 1.1 million. Somebody mentioned, speak for yourself, I assume, when I said that, it's a good price point where you can buy in once or more than once. The nice thing is when the buy-ins are 1,000 euros or less.
For the main. Well, no, the nice thing is when the buy-ins are 880 euros for the main, that means that the side events are like 100 to 300.
Right.
They're running like a bunch of like, swordfish type events. They got a lot of online names that they have online. It's cool. But they were running like the whale yesterday. And it got a huge turnout as well, like 270 people or something like that.
And as you can see, all the guys that are wearing 888 sweatshirts here, 750,000.
Yeah, 5. Did he ask for a count? Wow, this is a huge bluff by Neil. Oh, and he just snap shoves and Neil snap folds.
Yeah, obviously. Snap shove,
and
snap fold.
We see a little smirk from Neil, and he's like, "Oh, this is typical me."
On day 1B, I believe it was, when I walked into this casino, I noticed that they probably had 400 or 500 people playing a satellite to get into this tournament, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, they had a lot of folks playing it. Ludo picking up pocket sevens here. I don't know why Baron is tanking with the Jack 5 off here.
I think this is the third hand in a row Ludo has raised, right? He raised with 10-3, won the hand, King, Queen.
Sevens.
Yeah.
So he's going for the trifecta here. Catalan looking down at the 6-4. I would assume he doesn't really want to fuck with him. Oh, wow. We could have an all-in here, and we are going to have an all-in here. I'm almost certain of it. I don't really see how Pavel can do anything other than just 3-bet shove and just be, unbelievably happy about it. And he's just going to get snap called probably by Ludo, and he's going to be really sad. This is so unlucky for Pavel. There's a snap call.
I mean, think about the three hands that Ludo has just raised with. 10-3 offsuit, King, Queen, and sevens. Only one of those hands are you in bad shape against.
Yeah, you're in good shape against the other two. And one of them you're just going to be printing chips first because he's never going to raise call you with 10-3 off.
Right.
I'm afraid when you called him Caitlin, we never called him Caitlin, dude. We called him Catalan.
I've called him everything.
So, he needs a 6 to survive here, or he will be hitting the rail.
Yeah, literally nothing there for him. This pot's 1.3 million. This will get Ludo up to about 4.5, 4.6 if his sevens hold up.
I'm getting the payouts up to see what's going on here. So 9th place is guaranteed 7,785. That is what Pavel will be taking home here.
No,
he
8th.
Does not 8th place. Oh shoot, sorry. And he does not hit a 6. So Pavel will be our first elimination, cashing for 9,619 euros. All players guaranteed now 13,247 euros. What it do? I don't really think he wastes as much time, honestly, with ace queen or ace king. He might with
no, and he's probably not wasting that much time with ace 7 either.
Yeah, exactly. So I would assume he just has ace 10 suited or ace jack offsuit.
I think that's a good read. I like that.
And I honestly am not sure if he should get those in. Obviously, we can see the hands, and we're like, do it, Neil, go with it.
Did Matan just come in here, fart, and leave?
Yeah, he might have.
My God.
What a rude man.
He literally came in here, farted, smiled at us, and left.
What a rude man. He is all in. Okay.
I'm going to go with ace-jack.
Me too.
Obviously, Catalan, by the way, Catalan's my new favorite player. He didn't waste any time. He knew he was going to call, obviously. What a read.
Said ace-jack, yeah?
Ace-jack off. I think ace-jack suited is probably
pretty unfortunate that he gets in versus Catalan's hand. If you just reverse the hands, he's dominating the jack 10. He's not dominating queen 9. Great flop for him, though.
Yep, nothing there whatsoever for Catalan.
Absolutely nothing.
Still nothing.
6 outs.
Can Neil survive it? 1 million in the pot. He does.
And he's alive.
Neil is alive and well, back up to 1 million now, or 25 bigs.
1 million chippers. Last time Neil and I drank together, the night ended with him on top of a table, singing songs, with his shirt off, swinging it in the air.
That seems so weird, because I look at him, he doesn't seem like the drinking type or the partying type. Second and third in chips, then he cat on the short stacks.
Oh, for sure.
Because the short stacks just don't have that much to lose. But the guy who's in second has
Now-
a ton to lose.
Now, you can put a lot of pressure on them, but you still, I mean, they're still 60 big blinds deep, right? So when he raises ace-jack there, or say he even raises like jack-9 suited and Ludo comes in for a 3x 3-bet on the button, you can still peel and be relatively happy about it with a hand like jack-10 suited because you are still deep. Just because you are second in chips and there's a few short stacks doesn't mean that when you call here with jack-10 suited that, one, you're not going to make a good hand that you can, play some big pots with, and two, that he's just going to 3-barrel bluff you every single time.
I agree with you 100%.
So
we're gonna get a call here from Burndice soon.
I don't think so. This seems a lot more like a spot. I mean, first of all, he's calling off for a stack, which seems to be the problem with Bernd. Bernd doesn't seem to mind wagering.
Ooh, Alexander's got his queen.
I think this is we're probably gonna see a fold here as well.
What?
Oh no! Wow, he's just snapping it in. Okay. Wow. So huge pot for Neil here, and he's gonna be getting in super good. Lucas can never call, even if he has pocket eights. Just absolutely no chance that he can ever call. Even though if he can see the hands, he would be super psyched.
I mean, Alexander should call, right, with ace queen?
I don't think so. He should fold.
Really?
Yeah.
ICM because of that?
Well, it's just like there's also an original razor, and Neil is only really shoving like one worse hand. He's only shoving ace jack that's worse, and there's still the original razor to come behind. And ace queen off doesn't even do that well versus pairs and stuff. And you're dominated a bunch of the time. And he is shoving his queens, kings, and aces also. It's a relatively easy fold.
I need Tonka's brain with me while I'm playing. That's what I need.
Tournaments.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, wow. Terrible turn here for Alexander. He needs a queen. It's not a diamond. 2 outs. That's not going to be it.
Neil's going to scoop it.
Neil doubles up to 2.2 million, and we have another casualty. Alexander takes home 13,500 euros. I think it's 13,200 euros.
Yeah, so 13,247 euros. All players remaining are guaranteed 17,730. Stack there. The action will start to get pushed here, but I really think that after an hour here, we will seriously start to see the action get pushed at the 40k, 80k level. Because that's when people will really start to be like forced to go all in, If Baron folds down, he won't be able to fold anymore. Pass a free table. The password is final table if you guys want to check out the free roll that is going down in 2 hours. Wow, dude. Geilik is going to double up Juan Carlos in the first hand here, probably. I mean, he's probably going to 4-bet, and Juan Carlos is either going to go all in or 5-bet, maybe? Or maybe he's just going to call. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe Ludo just calls here. I think it's pretty reasonable just to call here with the ace-king. I would personally just call here.
Must be nice to pick up aces versus ace-king at a final
Pretty
table.
good, man. Pretty good.
I mean, it's one thing that happened at like level 4 or day 2 or something.
I think he's in a 4-bet. It's just silly to 4-bet, I think. Like, do you think that your opponent here is ever going to 5-bet shove ace-queen off? Or ace-queen suited? Or ace-jack? Or ace-3 suited? Is he ever going to bluff? Like, no.
That's probably what Ludo's thinking right now. I mean, if you don't think that...
Then you just call. Because 4-betting doesn't make any sense. He is going to 4-bet, I believe.
Yeah,
he is.
I mean, I know on online, like, I mean, I don't know online, obviously I don't do, but I'm saying, like, ace-king, like, oh, I got ace-king, I got ace-king, ace-king. I just feel like, more often than not, when the chips do go in and you have ace-king, you're behind.
Yeah?
You know what I mean? Like, you're up against jacks. You're hoping you're up against jacks.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're up against queens.
Or you're hoping he punts. You're hoping he punts with like ace queen or ace jack or ace 10 or like ace 7 suit or something, you know?
Yeah, and maybe that I'm sure that happens a ton.
We're
It
just
doesn't
calling
seem
now
to
though.
happen.
We're just calling now with the aces.
Right, you're in
I
position.
mean, we can see the ace king, and we can see that we want to go all in versus ace king. But if we think that Ludo can be bluffing here, then we definitely just want to be calling. Although we haven't really seen Ludo 4-bet bluff too much. We haven't really seen Ludo bluff like all that much. He 4-bet bluff once yesterday. And he does call, right? Oh, no. No, that's a re-raise. No. It's a call.
Yeah.
It's a call. It's a call.
Could you ever, I mean, I know it's crazy.
Click it? Nah.
No, could you ever, if
Juan, fold ace king?
Yeah, I mean, if Juan does...
Ooh, this is an ugly flop for aces. This is not a great flop for ace king either.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
Wouldn't be surprised to see this go check, check.
Wow. Well, Ludo actually picks up some outs here. He can catch an ace. I'm sorry, he can catch a 10 to chop it up, and he can catch a king. So he's picked up 4 chop outs, and obviously, as you can see, he's got two outs to win it. That's why the percentages don't add up to 100. Maybe Ludo doesn't double him up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to go check, check. We'll see what comes in the turn. 5. I don't really know. I think you want to go check, check again probably here, honestly. Maybe check and Juan Carlos can bet, but I don't really think Ludo wants to bet. Like, there's not too many hands that Ludo that's called by that are worse than his. Maybe, like, Queen 10, Jack 10, King 10 suited. Maybe pocket 10s once every now and then.
I think
like,
Ludo should figure out that Juan Carlos has aces and then turn his hand into a bluff. I'm kidding, guys.
Okay.
Pot is 1.8 million. Ooh, Ludo's gonna bet, and I assume Juan's just gonna call.
Yep. I think it's like relatively small. I don't think it's like the worst bet ever. I think it's pretty fine. Aces must lead this, for fuck's sake. No. Aces should definitely check back the flop. No doubt about it. Easiest check back of his life. Now, whether or not he should bet the turn when check 2 again, probably should bet the turn.
I mean, the fact that Juan Carlos also has the ace of hearts in his hand, what is he getting called by? Guys.
I mean, yeah, like ace king, ace queen, ace jack, jack 10, queen 10, king 10.
It's really hard for your opponent to have those hands. I mean, he could have them, but ace king is...
I mean, we're like pretty happy to call this 590k now. We're not happy, we're not loving life, but I mean, we have to do it. This is a big pot.
I mean, if Ludo were to move all in on the river, which I don't think he's going to do, obviously, what are you doing with your aces?
If he moves all in on the river?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're sitting there forever and trying to figure out what's going on and crying, and then, I don't know, probably folding. There's 3 million in the pot, and they got 1.7 effective behind, and the other heart comes in. Really, really, really would be surprised if this didn't just go check, check.
Yeah. I mean, Juan likes the value bet pretty thin. I'm not sure if he's going to bet this. Maybe. It wouldn't shock me if Juan put a small value bet in there. Pot's already 3 million chips, though. He might just check it back.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ludo's actually pretty lucky with this run out, where he could have very easily doubled up Juan Carlos, and I think he's going to be able to just lose 1 million chips, or 1.5 million.
Yeah, I mean, we could have just played a much smaller pot, though, if we had just called the 3-bet instead of 4-betting it. I don't know, it's just like, I mean, I know we're 6-handed, but like, do we really want to get 50 big blinds in an ace-king off? I just don't think that that worse hands get it in, that's all. And if worse hand, if you're never ever dominating a hand, but like, there is some value to be said if you think that Juan Carlos has like a hand like Queen 10 suited here, and you want to extract value from that kind of hand. But I still don't think it makes much sense.
Keep in mind that Juan Carlos raised folded to a 3-bet with 10-8 suited. So if he's doing that,
True.
like
He's probably not peeling a 4-bet with those considered hands.
Queen 10, right? He doesn't have Queen 10 here. But this is a weird bet by Ludo, I think.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I guess he's trying to get called by like Ace Queen and King 10 exclusively.
Yeah, Carlos does not have King 10.
It's obviously a value bet, right? 695,000. There's no way it can be a bluff.
Yeah, Ludo. I don't think. I don't think Juan Carlos has King 10.
Oh,
here.
895. Wow.
I don't think he has King 10, and I don't think.
Oh, maybe this is a bluff, but like I don't know. I'm super confused with this bet. I don't know what it means. And he just snap calls. I have no idea what that bet was on the river from Ludo.
When you're trying to get called by Ace Queen, okay. When the heart comes, I mean, really? Let's hear him. I want you to tell me where I'm wrong in my thought process.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I want to pile it in there because, man, first of all, number one, the chip
You don't want
leaders
to play it out of position. I understand.
I don't want to play the hand out of position, and the chip leader's 3-betting on the button. He could be doing that a lot wider.
Sure.
Okay, so I want to pile it in there. In this particular spot...
Yeah, I agree he shouldn't really be going wider in the big blind.
That's exactly where I was going to go. When somebody 3-bets out of the small blind or out of the big blind, this is an under-the-gun raise, and a guy in the big blind 3-betting, I'm thinking, wow, he really shouldn't be 3-betting very light there.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that you win the pot a lot of the time.
You do. You do win the pot a lot of the time. And I get to play the hand in position. So my thought process would be the opposite, where it'd be like, man, Juan Carlos shouldn't be that light. Let me see a flop and play this hand. I don't want to get knocked out right now.
I want to touch on one more thing really quickly.
Please.
In this hand. I want to shove even more for the 40 big blinds because he made it like 3.3 times. It was like 380 or it was like 400K, almost 385 I think it was. If he makes it like 320 there, call.
Yeah.
I'm fine with calling. But when he makes it 380, I think there's just like so much in the pot that you just want to take down and yeah, I don't know.
No, like I said, sometimes I'm asking you questions where
I mean, calling's going to net you a profit. I just think that, like, taking on the chips and just, like, getting to a 3 million stack and not, getting in some dicey situations with ace-king offsuit where we are just going to end up folding so often pre-flop if we don't hit an ace or a king.
I mean post-flop.
Yeah, sorry, post-flop. He's going to end up folding so often post-flop if you don't hit an ace or a king. And just, like, taking the chips and just, like, maintaining what we have when there's two shorter stacks, one way shorter, is just really good.
Hey,
so
Neil's
calling now because he saw the Jack Deuce and the 6 Deuce before.
Yeah, that's a good point. And both players
King Queen. If there was no live stream and he did not see the hands, I can guarantee you he would not be calling here.
Yeah. King Queen here. And frankly, I mean, Neil's probably thinking maybe I got him dominated. Who knows? Maybe he's doing this with Queen Deuce again. Queen Deuce suited. Let's see if we get any a sweat here. Nope. Oh, actually, Diamond. Both players. I'm sorry. Both players have backdoor. We get a red card. We get a sweat. Red card for a sweat. Oh, and there's the sweat.
Wow, dude.
No.
Oh, no sweat.
Chop it up.
That would have been devastating. And listen, I mean, smarter people might say that flatting their ace king is better.
I thought I had it. Like, so do you know Dan at 3-bet?
Yeah.
Is he who hooked you up?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's incredibly comfortable.
I play poker with the CEO of 3-bet.
Oh, cool.
Kevin. Super cool guy. All the time. He lives in L.A.
So yeah, the free roll is going off in 35 minutes, 42 seconds. If you guys want to get in there, head over to the lobby on 8-Day Poker. Click on Tournament. I find it easiest by filtering for the buy-in. And you just go to, the free buy-ins, obviously. And it is called the $500 8-8 Live Festival Daily Free Tournament. Hit the register button, type in the password of Final Table, and you will be entering in a $500 free roll. Off to the races you go. So Ludo has... Oh, Lucas... Did he go all in? Lucas 3.4x raise, blind versus blind. It's 40K, 80K now. I don't really know what is happening here. I guess Ludo is tanking, but he just counted out his chip stack, and I thought he might have gone all in. No? Okay, he's just going to call now. Okay, cool. I like the call. I think it's the best play. And we'll go off to the races. Still thinking of a question here.
Ludo at 1.4 million, man. Nothing's gone his way today. He flops open-ended, though.
Interesting, interesting.
So he's open-ended. Lucas with a pair of 9s. He also has a queen of hearts in his hand. Pot is 600,000.
Ludo lost a big pot with aces, and he just lost some other pots as well. Some unfortunate situations. So Lucas c-bet, I assume here, right? And Ludo called. The question becomes now: does Ludo take a free card off? I think he does, because the value hands that he represents are like the range is too thin. Because he probably shoves an ace pre-flop. He has like 22, 23 big blinds here pre-flop, versus Lucas 3xing in the small blind. So he probably shoves most ace x's pre-flop. So it's difficult for him to rep an ace. And he does have an open-ender, so I think I'd probably just take off a river card. And if you do want to bluff the river, I think you can represent a jack or a 9 even with a small value bet on the river, because I think both of those hands check back the turn. At least when he bets here, it is small. I like the sizing. But this is definitely going to get a call, and a queen would be a fun card on the river. A queen would get a double for Ludo. But that's not it. And the flush does complete. Lucas is the queen of hearts blocker. So Ludo's going to have to bet pretty big here, like somewhere between 600,000 and all in if he wants to take this pot down.
And he's only got 1.3 million. This is tough.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to shove if you want to bluff. I mean, I don't really think that Ludo has like a slowdown option, so I think he's going to bluff. This is going to get looked up, I think. I think Lucas is just going to look it up.
I mean, it's a small enough bet, though, that...
Can we play 8 in Florida? No, unfortunately not, brother. It is not American. You can play 8 New Jersey in New Jersey. Go ahead, sorry.
I was wondering if it's a small enough bet that, he's not polarized, where maybe he could have...
It's not an especially small bet. It's half pot. It's decently large.
Yeah.
But, like, what hands are you repping with this value bet? So
you don't have an ace. You don't have... basically, like...
You don't really have too many aces. Like, maybe you flat, like, a big ace pre-flop. Like, you still play, like, ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack, ace, 10. But, like, you're representing, like, jack 9, 9, 4, jack 4, and we just see a call there.
Nice call by Lucas.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that tough of a call. I think you are just going to call most of the time there.
Yeah. By the way, look at this, though. Ludo's down to 800,000.
He's our shorty.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it's not funny for him, but Byrne, who's still in there, we talk about a guy just like laddering up.
He's not the short stack anymore.
Dude, he could finish 4th in this thing, 3rd this thing. Going back, somebody had asked me a couple of questions. Do I play mostly PLO now? No, I play mostly no limit or like stud 8, but play a little PLO. It's probably my worst game, though, to be honest. Yeah, women in the UK are not exactly prudish.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So Catalan does have 3.2 million, 40 big blinds. He has pocket kings right now. He's going to be coming in hot with an open.
Dude, and I got to tell you, this guy, he just raises every time at the end of the gun. It's just funny. Sometimes with ace-king, sometimes with 3-7.
Mm-hmm. Females only. You can say people if you want. I don't know if either of them have ventured that way, but...
Sixth Sense, this is not true. UK has many, many very good-looking women.
My first guess. So the first guess that came in. You can obviously only enter once as well, guys. We will check, and if you've entered multiple times, no dice. The first guess is 794. I wonder what I would guess.
Wait, what is... What did Lucas do? He called, okay.
Lucas called with the pocket 8s, and now Neil's going to go all in. He has just under 20 big blinds with ace-jack. He is going to get called, and he is going to be in bad shape. He's only going to have 3 outs. But, I mean, I really can't see him ever folding here. We know Catalan is opening 7-3.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm wondering if Neil knows that. If Neil knows that, I don't know how he doesn't shove this.
Guys, if you want to enter
did that 7-3 hand happen? 7-4 hand, did that happen?
Too soon, I think. And also, like, I haven't seen any of them in their phones, you know? Like, I'm sure they check up on break or something, or they ask, like, a friend that's watching the stream or something, but, like, there he goes. But I don't think they're, like, watching, like, to see every hand, you know?
Oh, Neil's got 1.5 million, too.
Yeah, I mean,
1.6. No, it's fine. It's just a big... It's going to be a big pot,
20
though.
big blinds. Yeah, it's going to be a big pot. It's going to be about 3.5 million in the middle. It is stupid they can use their phone while on the table. Honestly, I don't think I've seen anybody use their phone.
There's the all-in. There's the call. Well, actually, no, they're all in. Eights get out of the way, and it's ace-jack versus 2 black kings. Neil looking for a lot of diamonds or an ace.
His name is Niall. I mean, I called him Niall when we first met, and I got corrected and was told that his name is Neil. So, I don't know, brother.
It's definitely Neil.
Wow!
Oh!
There's the ace from space. The absolute berry. Can we get a 3 of hearts for this chop sweat? Oh! I don't actually want to chop. I don't know why I asked for that. I hate
no
chops.
chop. No chop.
I hate chop pots.
I'd rather a king.
With a fiery passion, I hate chop pots.
I would rather the king of diamonds than a chop right now.
Don't chop it, dealer. No! I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. Absolutely.
That is so unlucky. So Ludo's down to 10 bigs, by the way.
Yeah. Catalan coming in for a raise with ace-deuce off under the gun. I think this is another one where you should just fold, could just fold. I would just fold.
What do we have, 200 big blinds in play?
No, not even close. Oh, yeah, fuck, sorry. I thought you said 400. Exactly 200. I am sorry. I am not smart. All in from Niall. Here we go.
I just like how you said, like, not even close.
Not even close. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was 400. For some reason, I thought it was double. I'm sorry. I'm not smart. We've done, like, 70 hours of street in the last 5 days.
So average blind stack's like 30-ish blinds.
And there is the all-in from the kid.
That's going to get through. I mean, that's the thing. Catalan, he happened to pick up kings earlier on, you know.
Oh! And Juan Carlo is icing with the eights.
Yeah.
He said fold. He announced fold already.
Oh, it's like, wow.
He announced fold. All right, so we have a pretty dead even heat here. We got the queen and the jack of the same suit versus the 8 and the 8.
By the way, Juan gets the award for flipping his cards over as quick as possible.
Yeah, go on, my son. Congratulations.
You love
thank
that.
Goodness. I love that so much. Both these players flipped him right over.
Hey, I got to tell you, when you shove all in with queen jack, you love if you get
called.
called.
Oh, yeah, this is an amazing situation.
Not anymore.
Looking for a 9 of diamonds on the turn for a sweat.
That'd be nice.
Or a king of diamonds or an ace of diamonds. Even any diamond, you know.
I think Neil would just take the queen and just end it.
Yeah, he probably would. Oh, that's not a sweat.
Not a sweat at all.
That is not a sweat. There's 6 outs in the deck here that Neil can hit to stay alive, or else he will be our 6th place finisher, and these players will be laddering up 5,000 euros. Oh! Man, Neil's winning some flips here down the stretch.
By the way, I'm liking my over-under here.
Okay, since we are basically going to the level and we are going to be taking a break after this level, let's do the giveaway now.
Are we ready for it?
So yeah, let's what was your number?
Do you want to know both or do you want to just to combine?
I want to hear the combined first, and then I want to hear both. Oh, just give me both. Just give me both.
I'm gonna go with 44.
Total?
44 total.
Okay, I would have guessed 47.
Okay, I said 44 because they're not like old. They're not that old, you know.
Yeah.
So I went with 44.
Mm-hmm.
And I went 29-15.
29-15 for Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's pretty reasonable.
That was my my guess.
I've got 48 here. You got to look on yours as well, of course, because some people will have just tweeted you instead of just me.
Oh.
I think.
Let's take a look.
44. I mean, surely somebody's going to ping it right on, right?
I would assume so. You never know. Lee Owl said 1 billion.
1 billion. 48. I got 2 48s. Will Shalibier, our poker news updater, gets 48 as well.
Eric Esserby, 1981, has said 45.
There you go. That's the closest right now. Ace King versus Ace Queen here. We could be getting it in pre-flop. No, Catalan's definitely just going to call. Yeah, this makes sense. Ooh, I got a 46. That was close. A 43.
Man, you got a 43 and a 45. What do you do?
We'll just have to give 2 away, I guess, if we get a chop.
It's not like the price is right.
we didn't specify, so I'd feel bad giving it to one of them. I guess we could flip for it or something.
Eric tweeted you as well. Eric S86 suited.
So yeah, those are the two, I guess, 43 and 45, huh?
Yeah, as long as neither one has two guesses, you're good.
42, someone guessed. That's pretty close.
Timeless Tank says Tuck wildly overestimates them. Dude,
I don't think so at all. I think that's like totally reasonable.
Neil's a charismatic dude.
I think Neil probably potentially even higher.
And I don't think Neil's not like 23. Neil's like what, 28?
20, 27, 28, I think.
Yeah.
And
you figure he's like,
I think they're both like 26 to 29 years old.
That's what I mean. You figure they're both like sexually active for the last like 8-10 years.
Yeah, I think both those guesses are totally reasonable. Okay, what's the Fuck, I lost this guy.
I'll send you this guy.
I'm just going to tweet at him and at this guy, Eric SRB 1981.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh, where'd that go? Can you get?
Ooh, look at the queen on the river.
Wow.
This spot's 1.6 million. It is a club, and this we'll see how this plays out. Catalan reaching for chips. I don't know if Lucas is going to pay him off, though. Club got there. I mean, the bet looks like it's going to be 550,000. So not a huge bet. Less than 1/3 the pot. Or just about 1/3 of the pot.
So, boys, the two of you that have won the free roll, I have tweeted at you with MacB2. He will hook you up.
Lucas. I hate poker when it comes to these kind of things. You're just like, why couldn't you just put the ace out there? So I double or get a huge pot.
Yeah, you're not very smart when it comes to these kind of things, though, Smalls. So I would say you're incorrect. I mean, it's just like such a silly thing to say for sure, because how could anybody even know, you know? Like, we're just making educated guesses here.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind, by the way.
Like, I know for sure.
Hey, last hand before the break, are you the guy that gets up and leaves, or are you the guy that like tries to take that pot because nobody else wants it?
I don't know. I used to think that people would play really tight, but they just don't.
Because they all think that you're trying to steal it the last hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Geilich just moves all in here. Luda, all in. Oh, he's gonna get called. We could lose Luda here.
I mean, he's got pretty good equity though.
Yeah, he's got live cards. He's got live cards. Jack 8 versus Ace Queen. Huh? 5-4 deuce.
No help for Ludo there.
Nothing at all.
Is he gonna bust on our last hand before the break here?
Oh, could happen. 3 chops it up.
7 wins it for Ludo as well. That's a great turn.
Yeah.
It's a great turn.
Oh!
7. Wow, man. No eliminations. No eliminations. The Scots stay alive on the river. Who was this against? Juan Carlos?
Yeah, he's gonna flip the table over.
He's not pleased, man.
No,
I mean, he had like 5.5 million. He's just gone like steady on the decline. You know, he's under 2 million now.
Yeah,
He's coming back. That's such a huge pot for him. He's coming back with under 20 big blinds now compared to like 34 big blinds. I would start it with 5, which is implying that I think that he can do 5. That she thinks that he can do 5, and then you would be like 7. And if I think it's less than 7, then I call and I have 7 and under. So it'll go like 7, 10, 15. 175. Oh. No, this isn't going to be a call, sorry. I thought it was like 1.15 big blinds.
He's fuming.
Can't really call with a7 off here. The hand doesn't really have enough equity, even though it's like you're not dominated very often, right? Like he probably raise calls like 7s here, 7s and 8s. I mean, maybe he shoves 7s because of Bernie's stack.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's got like 1.5, 1.6 million Bernie, and I don't. You just a7 offsuit just has such bad equity.
He could potentially shove a bigger ace just because.
Like ace8, ace9.
He knows Neil's going to defend the big blind a lot.
Yeah. Even ace10.
Play well
yeah.
post-flop,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like Neil's going to look down to like ace4 suited here and rip it in over his like button raise, you know?
Right.
So like it makes more sense to shove with ace10.
Like if he's got ace10 offsuit, he might just want to rip here.
Yeah, I agree. So
he's going to want to shove like deuces. So I mean,
if you are dominated here ever with ace7, it's going to be a fold. Yeah, wow. He's going to be happy to see what he sees, but I mean, even versus like a hand that he's beating, you know, like it's like a flip.
It's still a huge pot. Like if he loses, he's got 9 bigs left.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that call is too wide for sure.
Lucas hasn't been playing that crazy.
No. Could be down to 4 here, though. Oh, that's a good flop for Neil. Drink every time Byrne plays a hand. Not a bad drinking game. Yeah, wow. 4.5 million chip pot is huge. He's got to fade 5 outs, 3 jacks and 2 kings, and we will be down to 4 players remaining. Wow. Neil makes 2 pair on the river, so he wins the, for the most part, effective flip. I guess it was like 58-42, something in the range of that. Almost a flip.
That's a huge pot.
Yeah, massive pot.
So now he's chip leader, yeah.
4.5, 5.3. Yeah, basically him and
Catlin
will basically be tied, I think.
I think Catlin's hating that as well.
Yeah, for sure. Shots and lots of just like open enders on the turn now, like with 1 card to come. Catlin picking up a big hand here.
You're never getting called by worse hands. So.
Yeah, he's down to 30 big blinds after losing that huge pot versus Neil. That is a limp. Okay. Ooh.
That's interesting.
We only know 1, which is weird because both of his cards are on the thing, right? Like we should know 2. Like it's like in other situations when Neil has had this, like he had his cards on top of each other, and I understand like if they can't read it, but like I don't know why we can't read them both here.
It always seems to happen when they have like an ace though. It's like
Does it? Yeah. When it's, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. When it's like really a guessing game. So what are you doing? What are we doing here as Catlin? I guess we have to call, right?
What happened? He raised.
Yeah, he made it like 3x or so. All right, there goes one of the queens in the muck. So like we have to call with the queens
what do you
now.
think? He's probably got a pretty good kicker with this, right?
I mean, we saw Neil do this with 6-2 suited before.
Yeah, but
and like I wouldn't really be surprised. I mean, yeah, the problem is like you're pretty happy to put in the 60,000 with ace-5 suited.
Yeah.
He's gonna 3-bet.
I would say he has at least like ace-9.
Yeah, I was gonna say like ace-10. Because again, you're pretty happy, but ace-9 makes more sense.
Oh, he's in trouble though here.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. And Catlin's so weird and has done so much weird shit, and I feel like if Ludo's been paying attention to the stream and like really paying attention to how Catlin plays, which I think he obviously has been, like if Ludo's got like ace-10 suited, ace-jack plus here, you just gotta go with it. I think.
Yeah.
It's so awkward. I don't know. I don't really like the limp though. I don't mind the limp because we saw what Neil did with 6-2 suited before, but I still just prefer a raise. Don't deviate from how you've been playing with like 2 unbelievably aggressive players on your left.
But I mean, if he's like developed this himself, like he's got more experience playing it than they might, if that makes sense. Like if he knows he's gonna he'll play a limping strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. So like this is the first time he's limped on the button though.
No, he did the king 10.
No, that was Lucas.
Oh,
who busted?
Yeah, I'm getting confused. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's what I mean. Like this is the first time he's limped the button.
Yeah, that makes it really different. Yeah, this looks kind of strong, man.
So, I mean, I guess we can rule out, like, ace-king and aces from Ludo's range. Because he probably would have already gone all in with them.
Uh-oh.
And he is all in. He's going to get called.
He called. What's he got, ace-jack?
What's he got? Show it! Oh! He went for a punt.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. 1 queen is out, though. And the ace has been coming so far today.
There's 1 5.
All right, there's a 5. It's only the flop that we get slow rolled on, or that we get that they slow roll it out. So he's got 5 outs here. That is not one of them. Still only got 5 outs, and I believe Catlin. It says our reader says Catlin's got 15k more. And so if the chip counts are right, then Ludo is going to be hitting the rail in 4th place. Yeah, I don't know. I agree that like I feel like he still usually has like a bigger ace there because he's just pretty happy to put in 60K with ace 5, you know? Are you?
Yeah.
Wow, you're well old.
Yeah.
How, you 31 then?
Yeah.
Nice.
I forget sometimes. But.
Not as old as Tuckman. He's pushing 60. Oh, that's not an answer. Who is it? Sorry, it's Mormon. Chris Mormon. My apologies.
Yeah, I like this check from Neil here.
With the ace 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ludo checked.
Well, even though he's doing a lot of chips here.
literally the worst flop imaginable. Maybe just a 4 on the Turner River though.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, Ludo raised in a similar spot versus Lucas earlier where he had ace 3.
Yeah.
And I advocated for checking back with this kind of hand especially. But I don't mind if you're going to raise aces, like we talked about before, like the shove. Like raise bad ace X offsuits, you know? And like check in position with like the ace 6 suited, ace 7, ace 9,
Right,
ace 8
yeah.
suited type of hands. When will Chris come on Joey's pod? You friends with Joey Ingram?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah?
I've never been on that.
You never been on the
I don't
pod?
think he invited me.
No, never invited you? Oh, and there we go.
There we go,
He's
yeah.
taking the lead. Now he cannot lose either.
And Catlin's in trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to lose chips, but this is like an unreasonably bad turn card for him.
It is, but like...
Because he loses to all 9x now as well.
Yeah, but Neil... He's all the straight draws, though. He doesn't block any of the straight draws, which has got to be a lot of
And
Neil's range.
I missed the flop action, but I imagine Catlin bet and he
Yeah.
called, right? Yeah, a 4 would have been a lot more of a fun card.
Oh, he checked back.
Oh my god, you guys, shut up. This is an action hand.
Wait, just went check on the turn. I see why he checked, though, but...
Yeah, I mean, definitely. He's trying to rep a 7 and trying to rep a draw.
Yeah.
I mean, Catlin could bet call here. He's going to bet like 400,000.
I mean...
Even smaller, 215.
It's hard to be bluffing here, though.
It's unbelievably hard to be bluffing, but he has bet a size where you can bluff. Because you got to think generally, if you've got an ace on the river here as Catlin, you're going to bet a little bit bigger and try to squeeze the value out of a 9, right? Like, you imagine you're probably
Right.
going to bet, like, or even, like, get called by king high, but nah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he might level himself with the size.
Yeah, as well.
He's made on this like river and call the raise.
How much is Neil going to make it?
I mean, I think he's got a 9. So I think he'll go like... What's he bet, 250?
I was thinking, like, 900, 950. I think that's a bit too much.
I think he'll go like 800. We'll see.
Well,
Maybe.
that looks about 800 there, so it looks like you might be right.
Well, we got 815. I don't know.
815, yeah. Oh, looks like 715. Or 775, rather.
He
Oh, and he gets
snapped.
snap called, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to fold a boat, isn't it?
I only went 675.
Oh, 675, that's pretty small.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's just snap cooler.
I mean, you should take a second to think about it. Unless you'd already thought about it, but still. So Neil and Catlin going to be relatively close now.
Yeah.
He's playing like how he should play, I think. When he enters a pot, he goes big and he goes aggressive.
Yeah.
And when he doesn't, he's playing generally quite tight, which is like pretty reasonable.
I mean, it's probably the best strategy for him here.
Yeah,
for him
absolutely.
in this lineup.
Absolutely. Like you said, going bigger and increasing the variance and trying to play bigger pots when you have what you deem as like a value hand, then absolutely. I think that's for sure the way to play.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh, this is going to go 3-bet shove, right?
It's got to.
You'd imagine.
I mean, it has to.
I mean, that's going to be like a 10 million chip pot as well.
Bone could be heads up.
Bert could literally get it. If Catlin, dude, it could happen. We've been talking about it all day.
I mean, even if Catlin loses, it's going to be.
I mean, he's going to have 1.2 million. He's going to have 10 big blinds, you know, and the blinds names are going to go up pretty soon, I would assume. Probably like 20 minutes or so.
I mean, he has to 4-bet shove here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very similar spot with the 5s. And at this point...
I mean, if he shoved the 6s earlier on the ace-jack.
That's what I meant, not similar to 5s, similar to 6s.
I mean, this is even better spot, really. Like,
I think this is a worse spot.
maybe.
Yeah, because I think that Neil in position is just like super happy just to call with like literally everything, you know?
So hard to get a big pair, though.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a big pair. These days in tournaments, I think that this is like a relatively terrible spot to 4-bet shove 5s.
Yeah,
because
people don't bluff 3-bet enough here.
No, and they're all in. Here we go. So if Callan hits a 5, Feel the Baron will get heads up. Wow, pretty wild. This is by far the biggest part of the tournament. Almost 10 million chips. Potentially just under 10 million chips. Baron is begging for a 5. If Neil manages to hold, then Catlin will be down to 1.4 million. Oh my goodness. Wow. There's a 5 on the flop. Baron is going to do it. So unless this runs Diamond Diamond or Jack. There's a sweat. There's a sweat.
My turn, come on.
My turn. Wow. So, Rip Neil. 3rd place for 30. And Bernd has done it. Bernd has literally done it. He's gone heads up. We said it all day that he was going to sit around. He was going to chill with 10 to 20 big blinds. He was going to, just maintain his stack, and he was going to get heads up. And he's literally done it. Unlike
10-8 suited on the button. It is the blind, so he's only got like 11 and a half big blinds. Are you just jamming this, I assume?
Yeah, absolutely. You can shove 10-8 suit on the button for like 20 big blinds.
All in.
Ah, there you go. Moves all in.
Oh,
King Jack.
That's going to be a call.
And
there it is. Okay, Catlin could be our champion.
Right here.
If the King and the Jack holds here, Catlin is going to win 80,000 euros, and Bernd is going to come 2nd place for 50,000.
And this is like what? This is like 60, I want to say like 62.38. Off the top of my head. $996. Bernd picks up a gutter. Looking for a 7, a 10, or an 8. 10 out, you can see him in the top center of your screen. A 7, an 8, or a 10, or this is over. Wow.
And it's done.
That's it. A little
And it's
anticlimactic.
Catlin, yeah, I mean, anticlimactic, but man,